If you have ever wondered what PrizePicks is and how it actually works, this video is for you. Whether you're brand new and have always wanted to learn, or maybe you play sometimes but may have some questions, you're in the right place. Before you choose your next picks, make sure you watch this video first. So, what is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports DFS platform that lets users make over-under predictions on player stats across multiple sports. You'll have everything to choose from NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, college sports, and even esports if you're into that. Instead of competing against other players in traditional DFS, you build entries by selecting 2 to 6 player propositions and predicting whether they'll go over or under their projected stats. And if you're curious if it's legal, PrizePicks' distinction as a DFS operator allows them to be regulated in many states across the US. PrizePicks is not a traditional sportsbook like FanDuel, DraftKings, Bet365, MyBookie, Bovada, and so on, where you can bet on various other things, which we'll talk about later. And fun fact is PrizePicks is actually the largest daily fantasy sports operation in North America and the United States, topping other DFS platforms like Underdog, Sleeper, Better Picks, and more. And here we are. This is PrizePicks. You can see all the players listed here with their propositions. You'll see little flames on the side of people's profiles. That's going to indicate how many people are betting on them. So people with a lot of, the higher the number, the more people are betting on them. Almost 300,000 people are betting on Devin Booker to hit over 1.5 3-pointers. And you are probably wondering what these little symbols are. Like there's a little green one and there's red ones and then there's the regular ones. And if you are curious about what those are, the red ones are known as demons. And what they are squares marked with a red demon are harder to win, but qualify the lineup for higher payouts. So if the more red people, the more demons that you put in there, the greater the payout. And it's in reverse with goblins. So for example, Christian McCaffrey, when he was in his prime, he was money to score. So he was always a goblin player. So squares marked with goblins are easier to win, but you don't win as much. For example, if we go over and we're going to play with this a little bit, let's go down to one of the later games. So we have Ja Morant and Tyus Jones. So if we go Ja Morant and Tyus Jones, and we do a 2-leg play, which is the minimum, $20 win 60. Let's say we do 2 goblin plays. The points went down, It's still going to be a little bit easier to hit here. So instead of a 3x multiplier, you're going to get a 1.3x multiplier. And then the same way with the demons. So it's going to increase the prop, which is going to be a little bit harder to hit, but if you win, you're going to get a way bigger payout. So we went from 3x, which was neutral, 1.3 on the goblin, and then a 10x on the demon. Now that we understand the platform a little bit better, we understand what some of these symbols mean, let's go ahead and take a look at the 2 different types of plays that you can use here on PrizePicks. First is what we like to call the flex play. You need a minimum of 3 players selected in order to activate the flex play. The flex play is essentially a lower risk and it allows you to lose 1 or 2 depending on how many props that you have in your lineup and still win some money. Or there's a power play. This is a all or nothing. It's the highest risk, but the payout is also the greatest. So if we take a look at these 3 players, Austin Reeves, Stephen Curry, and Anthony Edwards, if we were to do a flex play for tonight, all 3 would essentially give us a 2.25x multiplier. If we lose one, let's say Steph Curry gets 25, we would still 1.25x our money. And if we hit all 3 and we wanted to do a power play, we would 5 times x our money. And as we go up, you can see the different payouts, the different percentages. We add a demon in there to really kind of cook things up a little bit. There's an algorithm that kind of tailors and changes the more demons, the more goblins that you add. So if you're going to do all demons, these multipliers will be really high, versus if you're doing all goblins, it's going to be a lot lower. So you can do a maximum of 6. Flex play, if you get all 6 right, 26x, and you'll still double your money if you miss one. But in a power play, 39 times your money. And I believe PrizePicks right now is running up to 1,000x. So if you do all the right demons, you get 1,000x times your money, which is pretty cool. PrizePicks offers a lot of promotions, and one of the most popular ones that they offer is Taco Tuesday. It's a weekly promotional event where they lower the projections on selected player props. It's going to give you a better chance of hitting the more when on the over or under. So when you hit more, that's what these discounted picks are tailored to. They're called taco picks, and they're offered at various times throughout the day. What's pretty cool is they're frequently coming on throughout the day. Like right now, there's one right here. It was 28 and now it's 23.5. So they lowered it at about 20%. And what's really neat about Taco Tuesday is they let people vote. So they have a Twitter page, and this was a pick earlier. They said, hey, which projection would we like to lower out of these four? They provided the four, and everybody, the public, voted for Jalen Brunson. So they gave Jalen Brunson the taco, so they discounted his prop from 28.5 to 23.5. This is great because not only do you get one pick, though I've seen as little as 3, I've seen as much as 5 different picks that are released at different times throughout the day. But keep in mind, one will expire and another one will take its place. So if you see something you like, I highly encourage you to jump on it. Let's go ahead and do one together. So we're going to do Jalen Duren. He's been on fire lately. 45,000 other people like him too. There's a really good prop I like, and I'm going to do Joel Embiid. If we look at his last 5 games, he's averaging 11.6, and this is accurate. I double checked this, but 10. He's been coming off of injury and playing aggressive, so let's go ahead and see if we can get both of these big men can hit their projections here. There is a limit, so when you are doing tacos, you're like, oh, I'm gonna take advantage of the discounted play. Let's see if we can do $100. We try and submit it, but there is a limit. It kind of varies depending on the season, but at the time of year, I've gotten them all the way up to 50, but 25 is the limit for this play here. You have to pair it with another player. You can't do singles, so you can't bet Jalen Duren by itself. It's not gonna let you. And something that I like to do here, especially to maximize the value here in terms of strategy, which is a whole other topic. If you follow my channel, I go into it a little bit further, but we're gonna go ahead and lock in this 2-leg parlay. It's a power play for 3x our money, $25. And then there we have a successful lineup submitted. Fingers crossed for that one. Besides Taco Tuesday, every Friday, PrizePicks is running a Flex Friday protected play. So what that means is on flex plays only, they're protecting your bet. So there's a limit of anywhere between $20 and $35, mine is $35. They issue this promotion to me every Friday, and I use it for a flex play. That's why they call it protected play, flex play on Friday, because you can only use flex plays. The cool part is if they give you the money and you win, you get all the money like normal. But if you lose, they'll give it back to you in the form of a bonus. And you have to use that bonus before you can withdraw it. So if I were to lose my $35 bet, it would show right under here, right under your live balance in a yellow font. It'll say $35. And you have to, again, wager that $35 and either win it to get it back into your live bank or lose it, and then you lose it for good. But that is Flex Friday. PrizePicks is always giving out promotions, and if we go up to the top where it says the promotions tab, we can see a variety of different kinds that are available throughout the times of the week, throughout the times of the year. Kevin Durant just recently hit 30,000 points, and PrizePicks said they're going to say, hey, we're going to do a 30% NBA payout boost. So anything that you put in the NBA, that it's going to get a 30% boost. If you look at the Learn More and you read the descriptions, it has a max of $20, for example. Some are 35, some are 50. They'll also give away free things too, like I got a free $50 lineup here. It's got to include at least one Goblin pick. It's kind of nice. Free is my favorite F word, so be sure to check out the promotions tab every day or every other day if you use PrizePicks a lot, because you never know what you're going to find in there. Matt, what if my player gets injured and he doesn't come back? Well, PrizePicks has what's called reboots that provide an injury protection by removing a pick from your entry if that player gets hurt early in that game. It's available in a lot of different sports, from NFL, college football, NBA, WNBA, and even baseball. So it's not available in all sports, but in majority of US Major League sports it is. Here is an example. You can see the 2-leg where Mark Andrew was injured and he didn't return back to the game, so he automatically gets a reboot. And in this case, it would be a refund because you can't win with just one player on Prize Picks. Let's say you had 3 players and one got injured, it'd be a 2. If you had 6 players and you lost one, it would be 5. I think you can understand it from there. I think that's pretty cool. And if your player ends up not playing at all, they call. And if your player ends up not playing at all due to a late injury scratch, they get what's called a DNP, or did not play, and it will not negatively affect your slip. And that wraps up everything you need to know about Prize Picks. Whether you're just getting started or looking to sharpen your strategy, understanding the platform is the most important part. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I will answer all of them. I want to say thanks for watching, everybody.